Leoha. For some reason, I don't hear my BGM. Do you guys hear my BGM? Can you guys hear it okay? Oh no, I can hear it. It's just very soft. One second. It's very quiet. Okay, let me... How's that? Is that too loud? Is that better? Leo Hub, everyone. It's good now. Sounds okay. 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 If it's too loud, just let me know and I can reduce it a little bit more. How's everyone doing? I apologize for the scare earlier. It's a little loud. Okay, let me just bloop 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 bloop. How about that? How about that? I actually today, after I finished my shift at VLKR, I had to go to the gym. I had to go to the gym for I really do not do any sort of exercise, but actually at VNU we are required by the staff to exercise. The staff cares a lot about our well-beings, our physical and mental well-being. So part of being a member of Symphoria and VNU is that we have to actually exercise. That is actually a part of our contract. So I actually have been going to the gym and have been doing some group physical training. So today, what did we do today? Today we did... I can't even remember. It was too much working out. My brain is already mush. I believe today we did curls and devil's press. Where devil's press is like you have these two dumbbells and you raise them over your head and then you drop them back down and then you do like a jump. You jump back with your legs and then you jump forward with your legs and then you pull the thing back up. Did you really do that? I did. We would do them so then we had kettlebell swings and kettlebell squats, and then this thing where you go on your tippy toes with the kettlebell. You're like holding a kettlebell and you go on your tippy toes a bunch of times. So we do 20 each of the kettlebell stuff, and then we would move on to the dumbbell ones. So in the dumbbell ones we had the devil's press that I mentioned earlier, and then we had curls. We did 10 devil's press, 10 curls, and then 10 shoulder presses. I don't know. It's the one where you like make your arms into like a touchdown U. You do like a touchdown U and then you push up dumbbells from your arms. I'm not strong. I told you it's a group PT. I go with my roommate, and neither of us are very strong, but she's much stronger than I am. So the trainer will always give her like 10-pound weights and then give me like 7-pound weights, and then if she gets 7-pound weights, I get like 3-pound weights. I get all the baby weights and she gets like the real weights. It is a little complicated, yeah, but we have a trainer who watches as we do it, so it's not been too bad. Yeah, you gotta start somewhere. We have a couple other people in our group who are much better, much better than we are. But I was gonna say that what if not strong for Valkyries to us until you mentioned the weights. No, I literally I have noodles for arms. I literally have zero muscle. My like muscle mass on my body is actually like probably in the negatives. I actually went to the hospital, the Valkyrie hospital, Asgardian hospital, like last year, and the Asgardian doctor told me that I was underweight. Like I was underweight because I had no muscle mass. Because I had 0% muscle mass and 0% body fat. They're like, you need to go exercise. Yeah, but it's okay. I'm working on it. That's why it's not good to be on any extreme, right? I hope everyone will take care of themselves. Don't be like me. But anyway, so then I had my workout, and then after my workout, my roommate and I were like, oh, what should we have for dinner? And usually we kind of think it ahead of time, but we kind of like forgot to think up what we wanted for dinner. So we like kind of drove around for a little bit, and then we ended up getting some Thai food. And so I had Thai food for dinner. I had chicken yellow curry and pad thai with beef. And what else did we get? We got like a bunch of stuff and we just shared. What was the last thing we got? Oh, pineapple fried rice. Pineapple fried rice. And then I also had a Thai tea. It was very good. I just had a little bit. I really love Thai curry. That's like one of my favorite foods, actually. I really love Thai curry. I love Vietnamese curry. Any kind of like coconut milk based curry, I'm a really big fan of. And I particularly like my curry with chicken. I'm not a big chicken fan though, funny enough. But I do like chicken in my curry. Green curry is your favorite? I love any coconut milk based curry. I mean, I'm okay with Japanese curry as well, but I don't like it nearly as much as I like coconut milk based curry. Indian curry is good too. Anyway, did everyone eat? Did you guys all get to eat stuff? Sorry, I'm getting my legs in like a better position. My chair is like very like, it wants to roll everywhere. I'm thinking about buying like a mat or something for underneath my chair, so to like add friction to the wheels and the floor, so it's not just like rolling around everywhere. Okay, we do have a lot of questions today. Thank you guys so much for submitting all of these questions, by the way. I really appreciate it. Like I mentioned, I ate dinner and then I came right to stream. So I actually haven't been able to add any new questions besides everything that I had organized already earlier today. So I do apologize if you added a question kind of later, but there's a lot of questions already. So I think it'll take up quite a lot of our time anyway. You guys ate, you had a big lunch, you had dinner, you had chicken for dinner. What kind of chicken? Brisket with salad. I can't tell if that's healthy or not. Coconut milk. Thai people call it kati. Ah. You're gonna have breakfast at 11:13 a.m. It's okay. I think I had breakfast around that time too. You just had dinner with your friends. That sounds great. Rotisserie chicken. Tikka masala. I'm not a big fan of garlic naan though. Have you guys ever had butter naan? Oh man, there was this one Indian restaurant that I went to, and they had butter naan. It was so good. I'm not a big fan of garlic naan, but butter naan, something about butter naan just hits different. You love chicken? Spicy chicken. What's rendang? Butter garlic naan. Then maybe I can forgive it. You ever tried garlic bread? I like garlic bread. My roommate makes a really good garlic bread. But I'm actually not a big fan of garlic, ironically enough. Like, I like garlic in food, but I don't like food that tastes like garlic. Does that make sense? Okay. Let's get right to the questions. Unfortunately, like I mentioned, I didn't have too much time to prepare any graphics, so you guys get to stare at this wonderful fan art that everyone drew. I mentioned it before, but you can definitely go to hashtag Valkyrie art and take a look at all the lovely artists who drew all these fan arts here, and please give them a follow and support their pages as well. And as you can see, we fixed it here. If you do wish to live tweet the stream, or if you have anything, your favorite moments or whatever it is, use hashtag Liora Live. And I would love to read them after stream. I really enjoy reading your guys' thoughts. All right, we're gonna get right into the questions here. These are listed from oldest to newest, I believe. You have to go to sleep? Okay, good night. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you have some sweet dreams. Definitely. I'll see you in the VOD tomorrow. Okay, our first question here is from Kenna Nuna. Will you ever play Final Fantasy VII Remake on stream? I would love to, but unfortunately it is currently not on Steam. So unless by a miracle I am able to acquire a PS5, which is near impossible right now, I will not be playing it until it comes out on Steam. I'm sorry. I do want to play it eventually though. It's on Epic Games. Oh, okay. Maybe I'll have to look into that. I do not have an Epic Games account. I do not have an Epic Games account, but maybe I'll have to check it out. Thank you for the question. The next question is, we have two questions here from Cups of Fruit. It's, if you got to release, I'll go one by one. If you got to release an original song, what genre would you want it to be? This is a really good question. Genre? It's funny because I think the genres that I tend to like and gravitate towards, or what I like to listen to, is very different than like my actual vibe. Do you know what I mean? Like, I really like idol music. And I would love to be a part of an idol song, but I know that that doesn't really suit me all that well, unfortunately. So maybe something kind of, I'm really bad at music genres, please forgive me. But maybe something kind of like Canaria or Tsudo-esque, if you guys are familiar with Vocaloid composers. Sort of like upbeat but dark. Does that make sense at all? But if my voice was not a constraint, I really do love I don't even know what the genre is, but kind of like it's like it's just anime anime music. weeb music. Like I really like it's like I'm very bad at describing music. It's also very upbeat, very electronic, like Moe Shop. I don't know if you're familiar with Moe Shop or Macross 82. That kind of like electronic weeb music. Oh yeah, Snail House. Oh, kawaii pop. Is that a real word? Liora confirmed weeb. I've never denied it. I've never denied it. But I really love I really love that genre of music, whatever it is, kawaii pop, I guess. I just don't think I'm really fit for that type of music, but I do love it. Oh yes, future funk, you're correct. Future funk is the word I was looking for. I love Yusei. I really love Yusei. I wish I could sound like Yusei. I actually have I own a Yusei album because for a while I was unable to like listen to their music regularly, so I bought a CD player so I could listen to Yusei's music. I also really like Camellia and I don't know, all of those weeby I really like rhythm game music. Is that a category? Any of those people that make music for rhythm games, I'm a really big fan of, like Sound Voltex music, Beatmania music, all that stuff. Porter Robinson, I'm actually not too familiar with, but I heard their stuff is really good. I just haven't really listened to it too much. Okay, sorry. So I don't think that really answers your question, Cups of Fruit. I apologize. But I guess it kind of answers it. I gave you what I think would actually be the genre that I was singing, and in a dream world, if I had no restrictions, what genre I would love to sing. Your second question was, which gacha game have you invested, quote unquote, the most into? This is a very good question. I probably should be keeping track of this a little bit better, but I spend and then I forget. Probably, I would say it has to probably be Azur Lane, just because of the sheer amount of time that I've played that game. Like, I've played Azur Lane since 2013? 2014? It's been a really long time, and I still log in every year. I don't play actively anymore, but every year I log in once or twice to buy skins. I literally just log in to buy skins. I log in to spend money, and then I close the game for another year, and then I log in a year later and spend money, and then I don't log in for another year. That's probably the most in general. But I'm trying to think of what other games. Oh, League of Legends. I don't know if that counts. Does League of Legends count? Because I do spend a lot of money in League of Legends too. I've probably bought, because I have, okay, this is actually ridiculous, but I have like 4 League of Legends accounts, and I've bought like the same skins on every single account. Like the same like 50 skins. Yeah, anyway. I'm not even good at League of Legends, but I just can't play League of Legends without skins. Like, I just cannot play it. It's unplayable. It's unplayable. The game is unplayable unless I have skins. Let's see, what other games have I spent a lot on? I think recently I mentioned it, but recently the game that I spent the most on in kind of a short period of time was Project Sekai for Minori's birthday. I spent over $200 in like a week. I try not to spend so much in one short period of time. I usually don't like want a character that much, but I really wanted a Minori's birthday card. I didn't get it. I got Shizuku's instead, which I guess I should be happy about, but I'm not. I got a different Minori card. But I spent about $200, and now I have to buy the stuff every month. And then I'm trying to think of, Project Sekai is fucking whack. Project Sekai, if you want to, what is it called? Like a pity pool? If you want a pity pool, it literally, you have to spend like $1,000. You have to spend $1,000 to get one pity pool. It's actually ridiculous. Actually ridiculous. Did I play Photokatsu? No, I didn't. And I'm really sad that I missed it. But I've been trying to avoid playing Japanese games just because it's like harder for me to whale. On the Japanese servers. So I don't mind playing Japanese games in English servers, but Japanese games on the Japanese server, I try to avoid. It's just, I get too frustrated if I can't whale my way out of problems. What else have I spent a lot of money on? I've definitely spent a lot of money on Arknights on Chinese server. I think when I was playing Arknights on Chinese server, it had just come out, and I bought every single skin that came out, and I bought every monthly and weekly package. I did that. Yeah. I was just really, really addicted to Arknights when it first came out, so I spent a lot of money in that. I don't play it anymore though. I dropped it after the English server came out because I was so burnt out from playing on Chinese server, and I spent so much money on the Chinese server that I just like couldn't do it again. Alchemy Stars I also spent a good number of money on. I I think I only spent like maybe I spent under $200 like total on alchemy stars. Do you have a hard time overcoming the sunk cost fallacy of gachas? That's a really good question. I think it depends. I will answer a similar question later. I saw there's somebody else asked a kind of similar question, but I think for me it's I in general, how do I word this? I don't like to regret purchases. So even though it sounds like I impulse buy a lot, and I do, I always try to remind myself that at that moment, I really wanted it. And that makes it, I don't regret paying, and I have that dopamine rush. I have the dopamine rush, so that keeps me going. And knowing that I paid for that hit. knowing that I paid for that hit is all I need. There definitely are instances where I won't start a new game because I've spent so much on another game that I'm already playing and I enjoy. But if I stop enjoying a game, I stop playing it. I think for me, I just really believe in living in the moment. I believe in being happy right now. So whatever will make me happy right now, if it's this game, if it's this gacha, if it's not this game, then I'll move on. That's kind of that's like the standards that I try to live by. Liora says YOLO, true. But yes, thank you, Kapsa, for the question. I see a lot of people are relating. Genshin, I actually have only played a little bit of Genshin, and I think Genshin, the gacha rates are just so abysmal. I don't know if I could play that game. Okay, so I do pick and choose. I will play a lot of different gacha games, and if the game seems just too ridiculous, I will not. I will refuse to play it. So Fate Grand Order is one of them. Genshin is one of them. I just cannot stand playing games that have such low rates. Oh, Grand Blue, I played quite a bit. I didn't spend too much money. I think I've spent about a total of $100 on Grand Blue. But Grand Blue, I started pretty late, so I got to cash in on all of the, like, what is it called? Like the Gashin Frenzy or whatever it is. The Gashin Frenzy. And so I got a lot of free characters, and the only time that I paid money in Grand Blue was because it was like during that frenzy period, the Gashin frenzy, whatever, and I had pulled enough to almost do a pity pull, but I was 2 pulls short, and then the time ran out, and I totally forgot, and I missed that period. So I actually emailed the devs, and I was like, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize it was ending tomorrow, and I just needed to do 3 more pulls. I will buy whatever package you want me to buy. Please let me just do the pull. And then I did it, and I got Minerva, and it was worth it. They let me do it though. They were very, very, very sweet. Blue Archive, I'm actually not as much of a fan of Blue Archive, and I didn't like Girls Frontline either, but maybe I'll give it a shot again. I don't know. I think it's like the character design style is just not really my style. Yeah. But anyway, I could literally talk about gacha games forever. When you think about gacha games and my gacha addiction, for lack of a better word, I feel like gacha games are I've been conditioned since birth, since birth to want gacha games. Do you remember even Pokemon cards? I mean, but now they're a big thing. But back in the day, you would get a pack of Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh cards and opening it, the dopamine rush of opening a pack of Pokemon cards, especially back then when it was like so hard to get Pokemon cards. You would literally get like one pack per month or something, and it's just that entire month you've been like waiting to open this pack. and the rush that you feel when you get like the fucking Blue Eyes White Dragon or a freaking holographic Charizard. That rush, it was that, you know, that conditioned me. And then you're right, Happy Meals are the same thing. I was just about to say actually, after Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon cards, Happy Meals, yes too, but what I was going to say is after that, and I became like a full-fledged weeb. I became a full-fledged weeb, and then you would buy the stupid gacha boxes of figurines. You know what I'm talking about? Like Poochie Nendoroids. Oh my lord. How much money have I spent on Poochie Nendoroids? You just have so many different ones in there, and you just don't know what you're gonna get. So I think at one point I started just buying the full sets. I just started buying the full sets of Poochie Nendoroids and trying to like pawn them off on people, because that would be cheaper than me trying to constantly get the one I wanted. I went to a musical in Japan once, and you know in Japan the musicals, well, it wasn't a musical, it was like a play, I don't know. I went with a friend, and you can buy merchandise. So my friend had, I didn't know any of these actors, but she was really into Japanese actors, and they would sell these like postcards or like photos, I guess, of the actors, and it was like gacha. Oh, actually, I have my own story about this. But anyway, she would get it, and it'd be like a random person, and you would just see all these girls outside waiting to trade with each other, and they would be like holding up. It was like an airport. Like people are holding up their little signs. Like, does anybody have a, you know, I have Lofi, can you trade me for a Celine? Like, it was really intense. But actually, I had something really similar happen to me that I just remembered that happened to me too, which is also gacha. But when I was really into Denpagumi, I mentioned that I was really into Denpagumi before, but in the beginning of Denpagumi, I went to one of their concerts, and you could buy, I think it was like $10, and you could buy a Polaroid, but it's like in a tissue box. So you stick your hand in the tissue box and you pull a Polaroid out. So you don't know which member you're going to get. And so you would like pull it out, and there would be just a bunch of people around too. And it was like my first time doing this. I had no idea what to expect. Sorry, I'm like coughing. Sorry, give me a second. I'm gonna drink some water. I'm getting too excited talking about gacha. But anyway, so I pulled a Polaroid, and I think I got like Mirin. I don't know if you guys are familiar with like old school Denpagumi, but at the time my Oshis were Eitaso and Risa, and so so I like got it, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe I'll get another one. Like I don't really know, I've never done this before. But one of the fans behind me, who had just also pulled Polaroids, he came up to me, and I could not speak Japanese. My Japanese was super broken. He like came up to me and he was like, oh, like, I have these cards, would you like to trade? And he pulled out a fucking, you know, do you remember card binders when you were in like elementary school, and you would put like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards in like these card binders, like 3-ring card binders, and they just have like pages and pages and pages of cards? That was him, except with Polaroids. I was like, oh, you're like the all-father of Denpagumi. You have so many idol Polaroids. And he was like, who's your Oshi? And I was like, oh, my Oshi is Eitaso or Risa. And he like would flip to the pages where it was just all Eitaso Polaroids. And so he let me trade one of my Mirin ones for one of his Eitaso Polaroids. It was very nice of him. It was a very, very interesting experience, yeah. Do I plan on playing Uma Musume? Yes. I have also been avoiding Uma Musume on JP and KR server because I am afraid of being burnt out before EN server comes out, and I know that EN server is gonna come out, so I'm just holding out until that happens. Okay. we're spending way too much long on one question. I'm getting carried away. Oh, by the way, I also did bring with me today wine. So I do have a Cabernet Sauvignon. Cabernet Sauvignon. A red wine. And I have these almond cheese. It's like these almond cheese crackers. Pucci Prime almond cheese. It's very good. These are like one of my favorite crackers to eat with beer or wine. So it's like a senbei, like a Japanese rice cracker with some cheese on top of it and then an almond stuck to it. It's absolutely divine. I highly recommend it if you see it at a Japanese restaurant or Japanese market. I will drink wine in a bit, but I'm getting too excited right now to drink wine. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? And when I get excited, I think I cough more. I used to joke with my friends that I'm like allergic to happiness because if I laugh too much, I actually start getting like a runny nose and I start coughing as if I have allergies. So I'm just like, you know, not allowed to be happy, I guess. I'm just kidding. Okay, next question. Next question is from Isaac Hester. What brought you to streaming for Symphoria? That's a good question. I don't want to break the fourth wall too much here, but this was always my dream to become a streamer, and then when I found out about VTubers, to become a VTuber, and I you know, when I saw the auditions open for Symphoria for VNU, I thought that was the perfect fit for me. And I took a chance, and here I am. And I'm really happy that I took that chance. It's been a long time coming. What you guys don't know, maybe, I don't know if staff will get mad at me for saying this. I don't know if staff will get mad at me for saying this, but actually our debut got pushed back like multiple times. So originally we were supposed to debut much earlier. And so it was really hard to wait. It was really hard to wait, but it was worth it because now I get to hang out with you guys and I'm really happy to be able to be streaming. Thank you guys. You guys are so nice today. Okay, next. So, SF, hello. If you guys are not familiar with SF did the BGM for my lore video. Please check them out. They make some incredible VTuber music. I highly recommend checking out their Twitter. And unfortunately, yes, I did answer that question already, SF, but feel free to scroll back later and watch the VOD. But yes, I hope that answered your question, Isaac. Thank you so much for the question. And then, let's see, next question here is from Digital Edwin. Hello, may this lowly Valkyrie be granted the honor of hearing Miss Liora Valkyrie speak some Korean and also say ara ara. Well, I have a Korean question later, so I will speak Korean later. I hope that's okay. So I'm gonna push it off for a little bit, but I guess, I don't know, I guess you guys have been good today. You guys have been patient. You guys were nice, even though I was trying to bully you yesterday. So this will happen once and one time only, okay? You guys ready? I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know if I'm ready for this. Ara ara. I'm so embarrassed at myself. Whew, okay, let's go to the next question. next question. Heroic Caster asks, oh God, I'm like turning red right now. Yeah, I'll put on my blush. I get very embarrassed. I may not seem like it, but I am easily embarrassed, and I was embarrassed there. Heroic Caster asks, "Hi Liora, I notice you always leave really nice and in-depth comments on Twitter about fan art and that you're an artist yourself. How long have you been doing art for, and can you tell us about what got you into it?" This is a really interesting question. First of all, thank you for noticing. I do try to leave everyone in-depth comments because I think every piece of art that everyone draws is unique, and I really appreciate all the time and effort that goes into every drawing. So I want to be able to tell the artist exactly what my favorite part about the drawing is, and that's why I try to take that time to respond to every every fan art with a little bit of like length, I guess. I actually started drawing when I was very young. My Mama Valkyrie. Mama Valkyrie is actually, she also was an artist in her youth. So I think I just took it up from her. And when she saw that I had an interest in drawing, she let me take classes when I was like in elementary school and stuff. I actually one time, for like a newspaper contest, I won, not first place or anything, but like honorable mention. So my Crayola drawing from elementary school was like featured in the newspaper, the local newspaper, the VALHALLA newspaper. And I remember that, and we got to go to this like party, and they like had the artwork framed on the wall. It was very, very cool. But that was like when I was really young, and it was just very like, you know, obviously I wasn't really into anime or anything at the time. I didn't really know what that was. But I definitely had that like spark of art from a young age. And so in around middle school-ish, I learned about anime. I learned about anime, and I had this one friend who was so good at drawing, and she would draw Cardcaptor Sakura, and I thought it was just the coolest thing. She would draw Peta 10, and I was like, holy shit, it looks exactly like the manga. It's like, oh my god, I want to do that too. So I started kind of like copying what I would see in the mangas, right? So I'd see a cover of a manga, I would buy a manga, and then I would just try to copy a panel in my sketchbook. And my friend and I used to do that and trade pictures and stuff like that. And that's kind of where my drawing journey started. And then it really started taking off though when now this is gonna really date me, but I started playing Gaia Online and Ragnarok Online. So there was a couple more too, like online games, but back then I didn't have any money, right? I'm like a young teenage Valkyrie, and I couldn't afford to buy like premium items in those games. So the only way that I could get premium items was, and I noticed like, oh, a bunch of people are selling their art for a lot of Gaia gold or whatever. And they're like, I can do that. I can do that much. So then I started pawning off my, you know, I used to draw like, okay, I hope this doesn't trace me back to something, but I used to draw on like paper, and I would take a picture of it with my digital camera and post it until I saved up enough money to buy a scanner, and then I would scan my art on Gaia and for Ragnarok Online until I made enough money to buy a tablet eventually, and then that's when I started digital art. So that was a really long time ago, and yeah, that's why I started drawing. It's kind of a weird story, but that is what motivated me to draw. Money, online money, in-game currency. Nothing has changed, clearly. So that's that's why I started drawing. I wish I was better at drawing. I had a long period of time where I was really unhappy. Even now, I guess. I am unhappy with my own art. And I would love to improve. But, you know, drawing is is like a motor skill, right? You have to keep doing it in order to improve at it. But I think I was so frustrated and upset with my progress that for a while, for many years actually, I stopped drawing, period. And only recently have I been a little bit more comfortable drawing again. But it was really difficult for a while for me to draw because I just hated anything that I drew. But I think that's just part of growing as an artist too. I think we all go through that. Anyway, thank you for the question, Heroic Caster. Next question is from Kaze-dayo. Thanks for the stream. Do the cats ever decide to take over your bed when you're trying to go to sleep? Also, thank you guys. Thank you guys for the compliments. I do appreciate it. Drawing stream when? Yeah, maybe I could do a drawing stream eventually. I'd be a little embarrassed, but if you guys would like that, maybe I could try. My cats do take over my bed. Actually, so, you know, I have two cats, Beagle and Tragle, and for a while I had this one cat bed on my bed. So, you know, I'm laying down and then next to me, I sleep on a queen size bed, big enough for a queen like me. Kidding. I'm kidding. You know, I have a big wingspan, okay? I have to have a bed that fits everything. So anyway, on my queen bed, on the entire, like, I sleep on the left side of the bed, and on the right side of the bed, it's all plushies and cat beds. Because initially I had one cat bed on there, but then Beagle and Tragle started fighting over the cat bed. Like, they wouldn't like fight because they get along pretty well, but they like would kind of push each other out of the bed, and so only one person would be sleeping in the bed or one cat would be sleeping in the bed at a time. And I was like, man, like, you know, I want them both to be happy, so I bought another bed. So the two beds and my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plushies take up more than the amount of space that I sleep on this bed. I kid you not. It is I'm like looking at my bed right now, and the amount of space I have to sleep is smaller than the space that my plushies and my cat beds take up on my bed. But my cats, especially, so Beagle will sometimes sleep with me. She only really likes to sleep with me like very early in the morning. She will kind of like wake me up and then ask me to like cuddle, so then I have to like open the blanket for her and she will come in and we'll sleep together. But Tragle likes to like put me to sleep. So when I'm about to sleep, he'll come and he'll cuddle and hug, but as soon as like I'm like about to fall asleep, he will leave. I don't know why. I would love to just sleep with him at nighttime, but he just puts me to sleep and then he leaves. And then I wake up and he's sleeping somewhere else in the room, either on my computer chair or on the cat tower or in a cat bed. But when I nap, Tragle really likes to sleep with me. So if I go to sleep like during the day, like I took a nap today. I took a nap today and Tragle will sleep with me like the entire hour of the nap. I don't know why at nighttime he doesn't sleep with me. Very weird. Yeah, he just tucks me in and then he goes away. But thank you for the question. I hope that answered your question. Next is from Banana Chicken 21. We have 2 questions here. The first one is, given that you can not only speak in English but also in Korean and Japanese, I was wondering what you consider the hardest part of learning a new language. I think it really depends on the language. I think But you know what? I will say universally, the hardest thing about language is vocabulary. Because anything else, like grammar and other stuff, you can learn by like, you know, osmosis or whatever. You learn by feel, right? You kind of start getting an understanding of when you use certain, I don't know what grammar, when you use certain grammar things. Yeah, whatever. Those things like and or like the. You kind of learn to use those things naturally. But vocabulary, it's just grinding. You have to just grind. You have to just memorize. There's no way around it. Conjugations, yes. Fuck. Conjugations, exactly. That's what I said. I don't know what you're talking about. I already said that. But yeah, I think vocab is definitely the hardest part of learning a language. You just have to grind through it. There's no other way. Personally, my advice, I know people ask me sometimes for advice on language learning. I don't think I'm particularly great at languages, but something that has helped me personally is actually music. So I think everyone learns in a different way. So if you're like a visual learner or auditory learner or whatever it is, personally, I really like to learn lyrics and sing songs, as you guys know. So I will sing a song and then I will memorize the lyrics and then I will look up the lyrics in English and I'll be like, oh, that word means this, or this phrase means this. And that's how I start like slowly picking up vocab and words. I hope that helps. And the second question here, are there any specific games you'd like to play on stream? I have so many games that I want to play. Sorry, I'm coughing again. Let me have some water again. Sorry about that. Let me repeat the question. Are there any specific games you'd like to play on stream? I really want to play some Viking-inspired games. So I'd love to play Assassin's Creed Valhalla, but I believe that one is also not on Steam yet. And I would love to play God of War. I actually watched a Let's Play of God of War already, so I've been spoiled because at the time when it was released, I didn't have time to play it. But I really want to play it myself. So I definitely want to check that out. Valkyrie profile, yeah, I'd love to check that out as well. We're going to be playing Elden Ring tomorrow, actually. We'll be playing Elden Ring for a majority of this week, so I hope you're looking forward to it. If you guys have suggestions for more Valhalla, Valkyrie themed games, do let me know. I will definitely check them out. It'll be a blind Elden Ring run, correct. I have been avoiding Elden Ring spoilers for so long. I'm really excited to actually play it myself. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully I don't fail too hard. Let's see. What's next? We have... Oh, thank you for the question, Banana Chicken 21. Next question is from Remzen Hyde. Do you have your sisters in Azur Lane? I unfortunately do not. Like I mentioned, I'm a kind of an old school Azur Lane player, so I haven't been rolling gachas as much. I literally log in to buy skins for the characters I already have, and then I log out. That's what I do once a year. Once a year on Azur Lane. So when I stopped playing in like 2013, maybe 2014? No, wait, that's when I started playing. When I stopped playing in 2017 or so, I don't think Ohisa-mama had any characters in Azur Lane yet. So unfortunately, I do not have them. I tried to, when I saw this question, I actually logged into my ancient Azur Lane account today. And I tried to pull, I think I pulled like 40 times and I did not get anything. Oh, I got the new character, the like twin one. She was pretty cool. I like her a lot. But thank you for the question. Azehara channel or Azehara CH asks 4 questions. So we'll go through each one. The first question here is, you all seem to be great at singing. Is the end goal for each of you to release songs individually, or do you plan on eventually releasing an album as a group? This is a secret. I hope you are looking forward to the answer, and maybe you'll know sooner than you think. But I appreciate the compliment. It is a secret. Maybe if you all are very good, you'll find out even sooner. Second question is, Out of all the girls, which one is most likely to get bullied slash teased by the rest? I would say probably Celine. Like, Helen and Lofi are super sassy. And I would normally say me. I think I generally, like, with my Valkyrie friends and stuff, I get bullied and teased a lot. But I think with the girls, they do not bully me at all. They're very, very sweet to me, but they do bully each other quite a bit. So I think Celine probably, just by virtue of being the sweetest, gets bullied the most, likely. But I don't know. Celine will hold her own against them as well. All right, third question here is, what are your short-term goals? Where do you see yourself in 3 months? That's a difficult question. 3 months, huh? I don't know, like, what kind of answer you were hoping for in this. Like, if you mean VTuber goals or life goals, or like what kind of goals you're kind of looking for here. But I guess right now my short-term goal is I would love to release a cover every month. So that is my biggest goal right now, and I'm working really hard to try to make sure that once a month I release a new cover. So that's what I would like to do. In 3 months, however, well, since it already got spoiled, since Helen spoiled it in our collab the other day, I will be going to visit the VNU office within those 3 months. So maybe something will come out of that. Who knows? It'll also be my birthday in that time. My birthday is in July, so I would love to do something really cool for my birthday. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that. And the last question here from Azehara is, are there any alternative hairstyles, costumes, or color schemes you might want to see in the future if you ever get a second model? Do you mean like a second model, or like an alternate outfit? Like, are you asking if I were to be like reborn as a different character, or like as Liora, if I got a new outfit, what kind of different stuff would I want? This is not really for like but I'm gonna answer as if it's the latter, but this is not necessarily for a live 2D model. But and if you draw fan art, this is a request. I really since, you know, I'm an office lady, I think it would be really cute to have like an office lady outfit. So like, you know, a suit with a skirt and stockings and heels. That would be super cute. So that's I guess that's the closest thing I can think of. My hairstyle, I quite like my hair. I like the fact that I have like a ponytail, so it's like kind of long, and I like having this kind of like one side long, other side short, like the asymmetric ponytail or hairstyle. But it'd be interesting to see what I'd look like with, like, I don't know, my hair untied and less mullety. I don't know. I don't think that would really suit me though. Oh yeah, a bun. Yeah, maybe if I'm in my office lady outfit, it'd be like a high ponytail or a bun. That would be cute. But I haven't really thought too much about alternate costumes since I haven't had mine for too long. An idol outfit would be really cute too. I would love that, even though I know that doesn't really suit me, but I would still really love that. Thank you for the questions, Azehara. Oh yeah, glasses. That would be cute. Next we have a question from Dang Dangle. Hi Liora, I wanted to say you come across pretty confident and comfortable as a streamer. Outside of Symphoria, are there any VTubers or content creators that you look up to or think inspired your streaming style? This is a really good question. there probably are so many that I couldn't name them all. Obviously, other big corporate VTubers have been such a foundation, not just for me, but for any other VTuber or streamer. And I really look up to a lot of them and the amount of work and effort that they put into their streams. I mean, probably the ones that you guys are going to be asking me about the most are like Hololive or Niji Sanji, right? And if I were to tell you my favorites in Hololive, I really love Ame. I think Ame's streaming style she's just so creative and incredible, and she just really knows how to work her chat. And she just has so much creative energy in general that I hope I could have even an ounce of her creativity someday. On the JP side, my favorite Hololive streamer is Marine Sencho. I think Marine Sencho is also like she's just so multi-talented and just really smart, and really knows what she's doing, and she plays it off like, oh, like I don't know what I'm doing, like ha ha ha, but she knows. It's very calculated. Everything that she does is so incredibly genius, and just she plays it off like it's so easy for her, and I really admire that about her. I mean, people make so many like memes and stuff about her, and they think that she's like not doing anything, but honestly, she puts in so much work that people just don't know, and I think that's what's incredible about her. And then from Niji Sanji, on the EN side, this is kind of embarrassing. It's embarrassing, but I'm a fan of Enna Alouette. I really look up to Enna in terms of her singing. I don't think there is another VTuber that I look up to more in terms of singing. If you guys haven't heard Enna's music or her karaoke streams, she's absolutely incredible. She's just god tier singing, so I highly recommend, and her range is insane. She also has excellent taste in music. Highly recommend. And she's also really cute. Like, her personality is just like super cute. This is not as much like admiring, but I guess someone that I would love to like be friends with. I don't know. Is that a weird thing to say? Am I allowed to say this? I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I would love to meet Pomu one day. I didn't know this because I missed Pomu's debut, but I realized very recently that Pomu is also like a huge idol otaku. She has really similar tastes to me in a lot of different ways, and I would love to like just talk to her about idols all day long. I mentioned it with Project Sekai, but I actually don't have any friends that like idols. I've just kind of always liked idols by myself. So I would love to make a friend with somebody who loves idols too. And yeah, I'm like, when she did the wotake for Diamond City Lights, I was honestly like moved, and I saw the videos of people at Offkai doing the wotage, and I actually cried. I know that's like really embarrassing and stupid sounding, but I cried because I was just like, I'm gonna cry now, I'm like getting emotional. I was just like so moved, because that is my dream, to do something like that, and to see so many fans so passionate and all in unison for a VTuber. Like, something about that really struck a chord in my heart. Yeah, so I would love to meet her someday. I guess I do admire her, just in a little bit of a different way. I guess it's not really my streaming style or anything. But yeah, I mean, I could go on and on. There are so many streamers that I really admire and I love, and so many corporate streamers, so many independent streamers. There are just so many incredible streamers in the world. There are too many. I wish I had more time to watch them all. But those are kind of the standout ones from the big companies that you guys are probably expecting. Ding Dingle, thank you so much for the question. The next question is from True Elias? Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. True Elias 2. The question is, have you played chess? Do you plan on playing it on stream? I am not very good at chess. I think I learned how to play chess in Valkyrie High School or something. Probably. And I haven't really played since then. Will I play on stream? I don't know. But maybe... I know the girls want to play Clubhouse. What is it? Clubhouse 51? Clubhouse, whatever it is. The Nintendo Switch party game with all the little mini board games in it. So that has chess. So I'm sure we will play chess sometime on stream. Next one, we have a long one from... oh yeah, thank you for the question, True Elias. The next one here is from Maverick Jason. Maverick Jason has asked many questions, but there's a little bit of preamble here with... First, I want to thank you for the stream today, Piora. That was really fun to have some talks about the game while playing it. Sorry for being a bit late to stream because of time zone issue. Woke up too late to check your Twitter news. Don't ever be sorry. Don't ever be sorry. I am sorry that I cannot stream at a more ideal time for all of you. So don't be sorry. Thank you for being there at all. Thank you for leaving a comment. Thank you for asking a question. I really appreciate it. I prepared some questions here, and I hope I can answer. I hope you can answer them for me and also the Valkyries. Hope these questions won't make you feel uncomfortable. If you are not willing to answer, I'm totally fine to avoid them. First question: will official VNU set up its own Discord server for fans, or will we have to make one ourselves? We will not be. At least as of now, there are no plans to set up a Discord server for by VNU. And there are no rules against setting up a fan server. So if you would like to make a fan server, you are more than welcome to. We do have an official subreddit, I believe, that the company has created. So you definitely, if you are a Reddit user, you're welcome to partake in that. Although I don't think it is very active. I think the last time I looked at it, there was like 5 members of the Reddit community. I don't even know if staff is actively posting on there either, but it is official. So if you are looking for a official channel for VNU, that is the official channel. And in terms of Discord servers, you guys are welcome to make fan servers. I'm saying that, but I actually don't know what the rules are. I don't think there's anything against that. So feel free to do that if you'd like to. I'm sure lots of other VNU fans would love to get to know each other. Another question. We have question number 2. Is, will you like to open your Marshmallow for answering some questions for us? I debated on opening a Marshmallow for this particular stream, but I think just there's like a lot of reasons why it's a little bit easier for me to just upload the questions on a more public space like YouTube or Twitter. So that's kind of why we decided to just do it through the YouTube comments, and likely for until the unforeseen future, we will likely be taking questions via YouTube comments whenever I have a Q&A stream coming up, and I will let you guys know where and when you should be posting those questions. Sorry, I hope that answered your questions. But yes, to say it a little bit more concisely, I will not be opening up Marshmallow anytime soon. Third question: what made you want to become a VTuber, and do you have any VTuber that is your favorite? I mentioned a little bit of my favorites earlier, but let's see. What made me want to be a VTuber? Well, I've always loved nerdy things, like weeby things, like anime. I liked idols, I liked drawing, I liked singing, and none of these interests ever like really combined to be anything that I could really utilize. So like I like collecting figures, I like playing gacha games, and like I mentioned, I don't have like a ton of friends that enjoy these things, so I would just enjoy them by myself. And there was actually a point in my life where I thought about doing a podcast. But I felt kind of lonely doing a podcast by myself. But I wanted to do a podcast where I talked about like anime, or like reviewed like the latest season of anime, or like the latest gacha games, or review a game after finishing it. But I also wasn't, not only was I like feeling kind of like, oh, I don't know if I want to do it by myself, but I didn't know how to get started. I didn't know anybody who would be interested in that. This was like, I mean, nowadays anime is cool, but for a long time anime was not cool. And so that's kind of why when I found out about VTubers and streamers, I was like, holy shit. This is everything that I wanted in one. This is everything that I wanted in one place. So I was really excited when I had the opportunity, and I'm really happy that I got to meet you guys. All right, thank you for the question, Maverick Jason. Next question is by I Love Thick. There are 4 questions here. The first question here is, as a fellow whale, how many times have you tried to quit cold turkey and go free to play? Well, can you do review content while VTubing as part of a series? I would love to do that. I really want to do that. I want to do like this is a bit of a preview, but something I want to do in the future is I want to do like right now, the title in progress, the working title is Rant or Rave, and it'll be like Leo Rant or Leo Rave. And I'll talk about like a series or a game, and I'll give it like a good old stamp of like I rave this piece of media, or I'm gonna rant about this piece of media because it sucks. So I would love to do something like that in the future, but I do have to plan a little bit for it. There's actually going to be a question in this group of questions from I Love Thick that I'm going to expand a little bit more on that. But we'll go from the first question and move on. I'm glad to hear that you guys like the idea, though. The first question here was, as a fellow whale, how many times have you tried to quit cold turkey and go free to play? I actually start most of my gacha games as free to play. I don't really intend on being a whale from the beginning. I usually go in and I try to be free to play as long as possible, and then if a waifu or daughter character comes out, that's it, end game. I spend my money. Have I tried to quit cold turkey? No, because like I mentioned earlier, I just do what makes me happy in that moment. And if it's spending money, then that's fine. And if it's like I don't want to play this game anymore, that's fine. I don't think my addiction has ever gotten to the point where I felt like I had no control over it, because like I said, my philosophy has always just been being happy in the now, right? Also, good night to everyone who is going to sleep. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'll see you guys next time. Second question here is, any interest in dabbling with ASMR streams? I've been asked this quite a bit. I know people really like ASMR, but I don't think it'd be fair for me to do ASMR because I do not like ASMR personally. And so I don't think it'd be fair for me to, how do I word this? I am not a consumer of that product. Therefore, I have no idea how to put out a good product for you. So because I don't understand the appeal of ASMR, I do not believe that I can give you guys a really good ASMR experience, because I don't even know what makes a good ASMR. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I'm sorry that's like not, that's kind of like a non-answer. Minus mental darkness. What I could do though, I don't know if you'd be interested in this, but maybe I could do something like, I don't know, I could read a book. I could read a book to you. I could read what is it? I could read the Bionicles lore. I could read all of the entire Bionicles lore with no background music. And you guys can sleep to that. You guys would love that, really? Okay, well, I'll consider it. I'll consider it. I think it might be a good one for me to like pre-record, and you know, if I'm like on a break or something, you guys can listen to it. Bionicle lore hot. No, I bionicles are awesome, but anyway, bionicle lore is like a meme, so that's why I mentioned it. But but who knows? Maybe I could read the what is the I should know this, but the Norse like Bible. Read the entire Norse Bible for you guys. That's what you guys can go to sleep with. That'll put you to sleep instantly. But yeah, maybe I could do something like that if you guys are interested. It sounds like you guys are, which is very surprising to me. But again, I am not the target audience for ASMR, so what would I know? Next question is, should I hold my breath for an Esperanto Zatsudan teaching stream? It's been many years since I have used Esperanto. But I the only thing I know is Salutan, mi estas Liora Valkyria. Dankon. It just means hello, my name is Liora Valkyria. Hello, thank you. So yes, that is all I know for Esperanto. I apologize. Maybe someday we could do, I wonder if there's an Esperanto Duolingo. Is there Esperanto Duolingo? That would be an incredible stream. The last question here is, what are your opinions on Watchalongs? So I did mention this a little bit earlier with my rant or rave streams that I would love to do. I think eventually what we could do, potentially, what we could do is, I was thinking that once we have memberships, I could do watchalongs with members, and then after the watchalong streams, we could do a rant or rave stream with everyone. So if you're not a member, you can watch it on your own, and if you are a member, you can watch it with me together. So that was kind of what I was thinking. But I don't know when memberships will be open yet, and watchalongs are kind of a pain to get together. So I'm gonna see if it's possible, and then if it is, then we can do them together. I'm not against them. It's just a little bit difficult to configure. Thank you for the questions. I love thick. Next question here is by Veni Palma. Question is, hey Liora, as a fellow Fire Emblem Awakening, I gotta ask, what's your favorite support pair or even just support conversation? And there's another question, so I'll answer the first one first. My favorite support pair? This is gonna be such an obvious answer from me. But Henry Tharja. I also really like Noir and what's his name? The guy who wears like blue, and he can be with Noir, and Noir is basically like a yandere to him. The guy who has like, he has like a pauldron too. He has like a sword. I forget whose son he is, but yeah, Noir and him and Henry and Tharja, because I like the yanderes. The second question here is there a fan name for Virtual and Universe as a whole? If not, I'd like to suggest viewers or viewties, like VUERS. Oh, Inigo, that is correct. It is Inigo. Or viewties, VUTIES. That's a really good suggestion. I like viewers, VUERS. Or what about like V and Uers? I think that's pretty cute. We don't have an official fan name though. But you may have seen on my Twitter that I jokingly said any Symphorias in chat. So that was supposed to be like Symphoria, but Symphorias. Symphorias. So that was my own personal fan-made fan. I'm not, well, I guess I am a fan. I also know my own made-up one. But yeah, viewers is really cute. Viewers or VNUers. I'll run it by staff, and maybe we could do something like that. But you're welcome to call yourselves whatever you guys want for the time being. Thank you for the questions, Benny Palma. Thanks for the fun so far, and hope all of Symphoria reaches their goals. Thank you. All right, next is a question from Shadow Liger. Who is your Azur Lane favorite ship? Mine is Belfast. So my tastes in Azur Lane ships are pretty, and by ships we do not mean a pairing or a couple. By ships we're talking about literal boats. It's pretty old and outdated, but I guess I would have to say that my favorites are Victorious, who has been robbed. Victorious needs new skins like right now. I love Victorious. I also really love Shokaku and Zuikaku. I like Shokaku more because the white hair is just so good, but I do like them as kind of like a pair. I'm really into twins, as I mentioned. And I also really like Atago of the twins. I'm not as much of a fan of Takao, but Atago gives me yandere vibes, so that's probably why I like her. And I also really like Yamashiro. The mole, if you know, you know. And my ultimate daughter is Unicorn. I would do anything for Unicorn. What do I think about Belfast? I don't mind Belfast. I'm not really like into long maid dresses. I think that's like my thing with her. And I'm not like super into I know this is gonna sound kind of like this is just like a personal taste thing, and it sounds a little ironic, but I don't really like super deep cleavage, if that makes sense. See, my cleavage is covered. Am I allowed to say this on stream? I feel like I'm gonna get banned. I'm gonna stop talking about this now. But anyway, yeah, that's why I don't like Belfast. Baby Bell-chan or whatever, Baby Belfast, so cute. All right, thank you for the question, Shadow Liger. The next question we have 3 questions here by Isana Tanso. First question here is there anything you want to do first if you get a lot of money? If I had a ton of money, the thing I would do is I would instantly quit my job at VLKR and I would stream full-time. I would stream many hours in a day. I would stream, I would draw, I would just make content, I would sing, I would learn all the things, I would take more like lessons, I would exercise. Yeah, that's what I would do. I mean, I guess the most practical thing is to like buy a house in the middle of nowhere. Buy a house so that I can not have to ever worry about streaming or about money ever again, like rent and stuff. But that's what I would want to do if I had a lot of money. I would love to stream all the time. The second question here is there a moment in your life that you want to brag about? That's a really difficult question. I guess right now. I'm here. I am streaming in front of over 100 of you guys. I am allowed to wail on my gacha games. I'm allowed to talk about my waifus. I'm allowed to talk about my idols. And I now have friends that play Project Sekai. This is my proudest moment that I can brag about. And the third question is 한글은 어느 정도 읽고 이해할 수 있나요? Is the question, the translation is how much Korean can you read and understand? I will respond in Korean. I'm getting embarrassed now. 뭐 어느 정도는 가능합니다. 잘은 못하지만 대부분은 이해는 합니다. 읽는 거는 좀 힘들긴 한데 채팅에 한국어로 남겨주시면 읽겠습니다. 감사합니다. My Korean is not very good, and it's also really hard for me. I have like naturally my voice tends to go up when I speak Korean or Japanese, so it's a little bit embarrassing to speak in Korean. 그래도 한국인 시청자분들이 많이 계셔서 너무 감동이고요. 너무 앞으로도 잘 부탁드리겠습니다. Thank you. Thank you for the question, Isana Tanso. Next is a question from Kitsune Hashira Joshua. It is, thanks for the awesome stream. Blah, blah, blah. Thanks for the awesome stream. Will you do a Project Sekai stream in the future? Stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you. I would love to do a Project Sekai stream, but there's a couple logistical things I'd have to figure out. Like, I would probably need to get another phone. So I need to be able to buy a new phone because I don't know how to stream that actually. So I'd have to figure out how to stream it. And obviously I'm using my phone right now for my camera. And so I'd need a new phone, and then I would have to figure out how to stream it. And then I think we would have to get permissions because a large part of Project Sekai music is copyrighted. So in order for me not to get stricken, I think the Project Sekai development team might have to give us the okay, and I don't know what the process is for that, but of course I would love to do that. And I know that Project Sekai does a lot of sponsored VTuber streams, so maybe someday, fingers crossed, they will sponsor me. Thank you for the question, Joshua. Next is a question by EveryXY. Hi Liora, you mentioned on your debut stream that you really like Hello Project. Who are your Oshi's favorite groups disbanded and active, and favorite songs? Thanks for the fun so far. I can't wait to see what's next. So there's another question later that I will kind of go into this a little bit more with, because someone else asked about my journey with idols. But for this question specifically, Morning Musume is my favorite group. I love Fukumura Mizuki. And every day there is an article from any Morning Musume social media page that has her name in it. I freak out because I'm afraid that she's graduating. My bucket list item is I want to see her live before she graduates. I want to see her live before she graduates. And I know the joke is like, I know the joke is that like Sunku always says that Fukumura Mizuki is gonna be in Morning Musume until she's 40, but I hope that is true. I hope that is true. I look up to her so much. She's just beautiful, incredible, talented, good at singing, and she's so clearly passionate about what she does. And I want to see her live. Sakura Oda is also my queen though. My favorite songs, I have kind of different categories for songs that I really like to listen to depending on my mood. But my favorite songs when I'm feeling down from Morning Musume are Jinsei Blues and What Is Love. I highly recommend listening to both these songs. They're both like upbeat and have incredible lyrics. Like sometimes I'll cry listening to these songs because I feel healed. It's talking about like not giving up. Like in What Is Love, one of the lyrics is like, how can you love anybody else if you don't love yourself? And I think that's so true. And I know I'm like getting really deep with idol lyrics, but idols mean a lot to me, you guys. There was a point in my life where I had to get up and go to VLKR, go to the office every day, and I couldn't get up because I was just so depressed, actually. And the only thing that could get me out of bed was if I put on Morning Musume. So for me, Morning Musume saved me, and I would love to be able to do that for you guys someday. I would love to be that person for you guys one day. So that is my goal. And I love everything that came out in 2015 from Morning Musume. So Morning Musume 15, absolute favorite, my favorite era. I also really love classics like Shabondama, Love Machine, and Renai Revolution. Those are like some of my absolute favorite classic Morning Musume songs. And if I want to cry, I will listen to Wakain Dashi. Every time I hear that song, I cry. It's not a sad song, it's upbeat as well. I mean, it is sad, but something about that song, it's a graduation song too. I really love. And a fun, just for fun song that I really like to listen to is Saturday Night, Ephemeral Saturday Night. That is my go-to. I just like want to sing whatever, and I'll sing that. I'll listen to that song. I'm going to open up these crackers, by the way, because I'm getting kind of hungry. I'm talking too much. I muted myself because these crackers are very loud. I'm also gonna have some wine. If you guys have wine or beer, please join me and chill with some alcohol and snacks. I mentioned it earlier, but the cracker I'm having is like a senbei with cheese and then an almond. It's so good. It's called, what is it called? Puchi Prime Amondo Cheese. It's a Japanese cracker. It's really, really good. Is anybody else snacking? What are you guys eating? Coffee? What kind of coffee? How do you like your coffee? You love the crunch? If it's too loud, let me know. I'll like move over. An apple? Do you have a favorite kind of apple? Dark chocolate. Oh, I have dark chocolate too. Actually, I'm gonna bring this out because dark chocolate with wine is also really good. Oh, sorry. I bumped into the mic with my chocolate. These are like these dark chocolate. They look like potato chips, but they're not potato chips. They're dark chocolate like thins. Dark chocolate chips. And they have little like bits of like Rice Krispies in them. They're really good. Ooh, you got a beer? What kind of beer did you get? Oh, I don't like green apples either. I don't like sour fruit, period. Indomie. I love Indomie. It's so bad for you, but it tastes so good. Black coffee. Wowza. I'm not a fan of black coffee. What kind of wine? It is a Cabernet Sauvignon. I can't speak French. I'm sorry. Cups of fruit. You said a lot of words and I understood none of them. Latte with crackers? Ooh, what kind of crackers? Cabernet salmon wine. Yep, that's what I'm having. Where's the Cabernet salmon wine from? That's a good question. That's a good question. I have no idea. I bought it from the grocery market, and I just buy like a $2 chucks. Well, it was like a $20 chuck. Can you call it a buck chuck if it's $20? Is it $20 chuck? You can't eat anything crunchy? You got the C word yesterday. What's the C word? I'm thinking of very bad C words. C-section. Castration. I don't know. What? C? I just got the C word yesterday. Oh, cavity. Oh, COVID. Oh, definitely not a C-section or castration. You would think. You would think that would have been in my brain, but apparently not. Okay, I'm gonna be continuing the questions, but while I'm eating, so I'll be stopping in between. But I do hope you feel better, and I hope you recover soon. I'm sorry to hear that. All right, number one here, we have a bunch of questions from Joshua Fernandez. a different Joshua from before, I believe. The first question here is, if Valkyries were just meant to guide fallen warriors to Valhalla, what do you have that sword for? Good question. It's to prepare for Ragnarok, of course. We have to fight by Odin's side, and in case there's any pesky disturbances as we take souls up. But nowadays it's more of a glorified paperweight, I guess. The second question here is there a certain fighting style you use? I don't know shit about fighting styles, but it's one-handed sword combat. I haven't used it in a while, but that is the fighting style, I suppose. 3. Does Odin plan on renovating, expanding Valhalla to be able to house the population boom? Luckily, Valhalla is a celestial space, and it can expand itself as needed. And the last question here is, what will you plan to do on Ragnarok? As I mentioned before, I'll be fighting by Odin's side and making sure that when humanity is reborn, that there are good gods there to protect them. Thank you for the questions, Joshua. Next question here is by, I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name, Freykugel? The age-old question. Pancakes or waffles? Also super pumped for Elden Ring. Thank you. Thank you for the question. I will say it kind of depends on the mood. If we're talking plain pancakes and plain waffles, waffles will always win. But if we're talking like chocolate chip pancakes or blueberry pancakes, I prefer that over waffles. But it also kind of depends on the waffle too. So like, are we going for dessert? Is it a Belgian waffle? Or are we just like regular waffles? Is it a soggy waffle? Is it a crispy waffle? But if we're talking just plain pancakes and plain waffles, I would pick waffles. What about chocolate chip waffles? I don't like chocolate chip waffles, actually. I know that's weird. I like chocolate chip Eggos, but not chocolate chip waffles. Chicken waffles? I'm okay with chicken and waffles. I'm not particularly for or against them. But I really love breakfast food, like bacon, eggs, pancakes, waffles, all of that. Breakfast food is my absolute favorite. Thank you for the question. Next we have Mimi573 asking, I would like to ask what was it that got you into idols in the first place? Was there a particular song or group that drew you in? This is a really difficult question because I've liked idols for such a long time. But I think this may not be accurate, but from what I can remember, one of the first idol groups, and this is besides K-pop because I kind of grew up with K-pop, so K-pop idols were a little bit of a different category, but I was really into, I had a friend, I wasn't really into them. I had a friend who was really into, what's his face? See, clearly I'm not into him, from News. He was in like Nobutaro Produce and stuff. Yamapi. Yes. I had a friend who was a super Omega Yamapi fan, so she would show me all of his stuff and we would watch all of his dramas. But I didn't really particularly care for the dramas that much, but I really loved the music. And I really loved, that's how I found out about Johnny's. And I really loved Arashi music. I loved News music. I loved Kiss My FT2 had just came out at the time. I really liked them. So I was like really into like Johnny's for a little bit. And then that's how I found out about female idols as well. So I think Morning Musume, ironically, must have been one of the first groups that I've seen. It was like back when they were really campy, when they had their like introduction song, and they had like this pirate song that I don't even remember anymore. But it was like this super old stuff that was super like comical and campy, and I just thought they were so cute. And then speaking of cute, I also really liked, I don't know if you could pronounce it differently, but cute, like C-U-T-E with the little Celsius mark on it. I really liked cute a lot as well. And that's when I first started learning about idols. and then I heard heavy rotation, and it was it. I loved heavy rotation. And then, like I said, the first group that I really like stand was Denpagumi, because at that point I had actual money that I could spend for myself and partake in all of the activities. Thank you for the question. Next question here is from Tommy Woodyard. Greetings, Laura. Due to time zones in EST and I can't stay up longer than 11:30 p.m. or else I'm just unable to sleep for the rest of the night, and I didn't want to have to leave your stream midway yesterday. I wasn't able to attend this live. I would just like to know, generally, how can we support VNU going forward? Is it just as simple as retweets and word of mouth exposure up until you reach monetization? Super glad I found you and Lofi, Helen, and Celine, and I'm waiting tonight's stream, which I will watch as soon as I get up. Take care. I hope you had a good rest, Tommy. Thank you so much for the question. This is a really good question. How can you support VNU going forward? I think the things that you've mentioned, like retweeting, obviously word of mouth exposure, all of that is super helpful. But you guys just being here, being in chat, writing in chat, leaving a comment, watching the VODs, any of that just means a lot. There's no right answer. Whatever you would like to do and however you would like to participate, you enjoying our content is all I can ask for. But yes, all of the things that you mentioned, like retweets and word of mouth exposure, definitely obviously help a lot. So I do appreciate all of that, and I'm glad you found us too. And for those wondering about monetization, it is based off of public watch hours. So if you're looking to find a way to support us in terms of how can we help you get to monetization, if that's the question that you're asking me, then please rewatch the VODs all the way through. Please, rewatch the cover songs, rewatch our collabs. We just need as many viewed hours on our streams as possible collectively in order for monetization to unlock, if that is what you're asking. But by no means should you feel obligated to do that at all. Please, you guys just being here and chatting or leaving comments, asking me questions like this, retweeting, whatever, not doing anything and just watching, all of that is incredibly helpful, and really appreciate it. Thank you for the question. I really appreciate that. The next question here is by Cardogath9. There's a couple questions here. So the first question here is, I read that someone asked you about being an artist. If you are an artist, do you have a story or world you have been working on for a while through your art, and will we ever get to see it one day? I'm not very creative. I do like drawing, but I'm not a very creative person, to be honest. I'm trying to think. I mean, I guess technically this is breaking the fourth wall a little bit, but I guess technically Liora Valkyria is my story, is one that I've created. Does that count? I created my backstory. I created most of my lines and lore. I storyboarded the lore and all of that stuff. So yeah, I was able to share that with you guys. I don't really do too much outside of that, to be honest, though. Maybe we'll expand a little bit on my lore and backstory. I would love to do like a, I don't know, this is, we're breaking the fourth wall a little bit here, but I would love to do like a evil Liora. dark Liora. Liora in the like feral Liora. Liora in the Valkyrie, not Valkyrie, Viking times. I don't know, something like that. I think that would be really cool. I would love to do that. Shadow Liora, yeah. Liora altar, yeah. I'd love to do stuff like that. I really like those kind of stories a lot, so maybe one day. I think the second question here is, I feel like sometimes people have cool stories on how they got their pets. What is the story of how you got your cats? It's not a very cool story. Both of my cats I adopted, and they were both born from stray pregnant cats that somebody just found on the street, and they were like, oh no, this cat is pregnant, and they had the babies, and then they posted it on the internet, and I picked them up. So that's how I got my cats. Sorry, it's not very interesting, but if at all possible, I do encourage everyone to adopt if they can instead of shopping. Third question here is, did you help design your model or have a say in what the theme was? You are so awesome, and I'm so excited for you and the Symphoria team. You are a really wholesome and fun group to watch. Thank you for being you and bringing us Valkyries together. Aww. Thank you. You guys are like being too nice to me. It's very difficult for me to put on my normal cold demeanor in front of you guys when you guys are being so absolutely sweet. But I had actually quite a lot of say in what my theme was and what my model looked like. It's actually kind of a funny story. Again, we're breaking the fourth wall quite a bit here, and I don't know how much I'm actually allowed to say this on stream, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. In the beginning, we were given like a choice of, we had like an overarching theme. As you guys might have noticed, it's a bit of like a fantasy-esque theme. So we were told that we could choose like a class, like an RPG class, and then kind of go from there to build upon. So the twins chose fire and water fairies because obviously they were twins, so it would kind of made sense for them to do that and work with their personalities. And then Lofi chose like a bard-esque half elf was her choice. And for me, initially I had chosen a knight, which is why I seem a little bit out of place actually now if you think about it. But initially my choice was a knight, and while we were kind of talking about how I could present myself as a knight, I thought, well, like what are some cool knights? And I thought about all the knight VTubers, and I was like, what's a knight that hasn't been done yet? And I thought, you know what's really cool that nobody does really often? Valkyries. And I love wing motifs. I love Norse mythology. So I was like, it's a easy pick. I want to be a Valkyrie. And when I told my mama, I just told her, you can do whatever you want. I love your art. I love your designs. Go ham. You can do whatever you want. I'm okay with it. So actually the first iteration of my outfit, and I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about this. I don't know, but I'm talking about it. We're already here. The first iteration of my outfit. So if I show you my full outfit here, it didn't have any of the black parts. It didn't have any of the black parts. And I was like, Mama, I really, really, really love this design, but I think if I debut like this, I will be banned from YouTube. Mama, I will be banned from YouTube and I cannot stream. I need you to do something about this. What color were they? No, it was just nothing there. What color? No, it just, there was no black. It was just the white parts and the armor. And I was like, Mama, I love your art and I love the design, but I cannot debut like this. I'm really sorry. I don't want to be banned from YouTube. So please, could you do something to make it a little bit more family friendly? So she added all the black parts, but actually, I didn't think it could get better, but I actually think that adding the black bits makes the outfit even better than what it looked like before. And I'm not just saying that. I genuinely believe that. I was shocked when I saw it, when she added it. I was like, oh, this is actually way better. It actually looks really good. Yeah, so that's kind of the story of how my outfit came to be. I gave some directions on like how I wanted my wings, and I believe that's about it. I think the only, and I also wanted one shoulder armor. I chose that. I chose my shoulder armor, and then I chose like where my wings were sprouting from. But everything else, I basically told my mama that I trust her and I would let her do whatever she wanted. But thank you for the questions. I hope that was insightful. Maybe breaking the fourth wall a little bit too much there. The next question here is from Mura, from Something No Mura. Hi Liora, amazing stream today. It was so fun to see you react to the antics of your art sister. I had 2 questions. First question is, what are your goals, hopes, and aspirations for the Valkyries supporting you? What sort of community do you want to cultivate, and what would you hope for from us? This is a really interesting question. I don't think I've ever really thought about what I wanted from my community. What I want from my community is I want you guys to be happy. I know that sounds really cheesy and stupid and generic, but I don't know. I don't want anything from you guys. I want you guys to have a good time. I want you guys to genuinely want to be here. I actually wanted to mention this. I know a lot of you guys, after my debut, I mentioned that I really wanted to see people with my Oshi mark in their Twitter names, but I want to earn it. I appreciate you guys doing that, but I really do already feel a lot of dokis when I see it, but I hope that it was earned, and I hope you're not doing it just because I asked for you guys to do it. I hope that I can be worthy of having my Oshi mark in your name for everyone to see. Like that, that's like crazy to me, you know? I was gonna do it if you didn't ask. I appreciate that. Even if you're lying, I appreciate it. But I don't know. What sort of community do I want to cultivate? I would love for Valkyries to be friends with each other. I would love for you guys to, you know, I mentioned that I didn't have any friends that played idol games. I didn't have any friends that liked idols, and it's so fun to talk to you guys about Project Sekai. It's so fun to talk to you guys about gacha games, because you guys get it. You guys know what I'm talking about, and it's the first time for me meeting people that know what I'm talking about, and I hope that you guys are able to find that with each other, and I hope you guys can be friends. I think one of my dreams is one of my dreams would be if Valkyries, there are 2 Valkyries that meet through me, right? There's just 2 normal people, and they meet because they both are Valkyries, and then they fall in love and get married. That is my dream. That is what I want from you guys. I'm half kidding, but that, like, if something like that happened, that would literally like blow me away. What I want is I want to be able to, like I mentioned in my goals, I want to have a live concert. I want you guys there. I want you guys to learn the chants or whatever. I want you guys to enjoy the time with me and with each other, and become like this one group and of like-minded people, and really support each other. I would really love that. From Valkyrie to Cupid. I'm not gonna matchmake. I'm just saying. You never know. You never know. And second question is, what are your favorite Monster Hunter monsters? I am a really big fan of the Lagiacrus, Kirin, and Barioth. Those are my 3 favorite Monster Hunter monsters. Lagiacrus, I have like a love-hate relationship with. I remember the first time I fought Laggy underwater, I was just mauling. I was so angry. I've never been so upset in my life, but it was like so rewarding to beat it and be like, I'm never gonna fight him again. I'm never gonna go underwater ever again. But something about that fight was just really fun. And Kirin too, I remember the first time I fought Kirin, I was just like so over it, but I had to have the Kirin armor. Kirin armor is one of my favorite armors in the game, and the lightning stuff, it just really was a horrible time, but getting the Kirin armor at the end and being able to like show off, I just felt so proud of myself. I had no one to show it off to, of course, because like I said, I don't have friends. I mean, I do have friends. I don't have friends that like similar stuff. So yeah, I played Monster Hunter by myself. Oh, good night to anybody who is going to bed. But yeah, Kieran Armor's my favorite. And then Barrioth, Barrioth is like a cat. He's like a saber-toothed tiger, right? Like a big cat. So I love Barrioth. From the recent games, I really like Velkhana. Velkhana's design is so pretty, so beautiful, and that was a really cool fight too with like the tornadoes and stuff. So I really enjoyed Velkhana, and I'm really looking forward to getting to know the Rise monsters. I know there's that one pink one that was in the demo, the like snaky one that kind of looks like Legiacris but with legs and pink. So I'm looking forward to fighting all the cool Monster Hunter Rise monsters. Next question is, what VTuber or VTuber group inspires you the most? By Hecate Cypher. I kind of answered it a bit earlier, I suppose. I'm trying to think of if there's an answer I could mention here that is outside of what I already mentioned. But I think in general, obviously, VTuber group-wise, I mean, I'm sure we all will probably similarly think, I think Hololive is just incredible. I think the production value, the amount of effort that all of the girls in Hololive put, their original music, their concerts. Like, I watched the entirety of the Hololive concert recently, and I enjoyed every second of it. It was just so great, and I'm really envious, and hopefully one day I could do something similar too. So probably in that aspect, Hololive is the group that inspires me the most. Probably also because they're most idol-like, and I love idols, so I guess that's an easy answer. Thank you for the question. Next is from Darina12. Your sword can now transform into any other type of weapon. What does it transform into? This is like a really chuny answer, but one of my favorite weapons ever since I was like a really young Valkyrie is scythes. I think just scythes are so cool. I know that's so chuny, but something about scythes are just like so awesome and badass. I love scythes. I would love a scythe. I don't know. That's my answer. Sorry, it's kind of a boring chuny answer, but I would love a scythe. Next question is from Type2B. Love the stream. Besides Ohisa, are there other creators you absolutely want to work with? There's like a ton of musical creators that I would love to work with. So I mentioned a bunch of my favorite composers and producers earlier. Obviously, it's Sunku. If I could do a song with Sunku, I would probably die. I'd probably just die on the spot, like holy moly. I really would love to work with Sunku. But if you're talking about like illustrative artists, some of my dream artists to work with are Mika Picasso and Lamb. I know those are like really generic, obvious answers, but they're just such incredible artists and have done so much for the VTuber community. I feel like it would be a dream come true to be able to have an illustration or be able to work with them in some sort of capacity. Sorry, I hope that answered your question. Thank you for the question. Lastly, we have here from Castermere. What do you want to incorporate into your original music, like feelings, characters, messages, etc.? VNU seems like a cool company. I plan on giving you my continued support. Light up. Thank you. Thank you for the question. I know somebody asked me like what genre I wanted, but I think kind of related to my idol question, I would love to make a song or sing a song that I'm trying to think of how to word it, that can give you energy and cheer you up on a bad day. A song that makes it feel like life is worth living. I know that sounds so cheesy, but like I said, Morning Musume did that for me, and really their lyrics, as cheesy as they are, really moved and resonated with me, and I really felt like I felt like I was understood while listening to their music. I didn't feel alone. I felt that somebody else out there is going through the same thing as me, and that through this music, even if I'll never meet them, even if I will never know their name, that person and I have this connection through this music. And I would love to I would love to put out music that could do that for you guys. Wow, that's so fucking cheesy. Sorry, God, yeah. Kind of embarrassing. But that is my dream, and that is what idols are to me, and that is what I strive to be for you guys too. Gross, Liora, gross. But you know, I'm just trying to think of like other music feelings or characteristics messages. I guess that kind of does all go into that, right? Like the message of don't give up, you've got this, you can do it, there's another day worth living for. I don't know, this sounds so fucking cheesy. I'm gonna stop. Anyway. I'm embarrassed now, god damn it. That was the last question that I got. I'm sorry if you guys had other questions after that. I must have missed it, and I really apologize that I couldn't get through all of the questions. It is already been 2 hours into the stream. Holy moly. What have I been even talking about? How could you guys even stay here for 2 hours of me just fucking babbling about cheesy shit? But I appreciate it. I thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for being here the whole 2 hours. I believe one of the twins is streaming right now, so please go watch their stream. Lofi is streaming later tonight. I was talking actually to the girls. I was talking to the girls earlier because I noted that a lot of you guys were really sad about our stream time since we all stream really late in the night. So actually Lofi will now be streaming, what is that? Starting tomorrow, she'll be streaming at an earlier time. She'll be streaming at, what is that, 10 a.m. PST. I had to do some math in my head. So starting tomorrow, if you guys are EST or if you guys have an earlier day, you can look forward to Lofi streaming at 9 to 10 a.m. PST throughout the rest of the week. So thank you for your feedback about that. We apologize that all the stream times were really late, but hopefully that helps a little bit. And if you do miss the live streams, I hope you enjoy the VODs. Thank you for being here. I don't know how to raid personally. The raid thing worked on its own last time because I think staff set it up for me. So I unfortunately cannot redirect you, but please go check out Helen or Celine's streams. Helen might need your help. Go check out Helen's stream. And thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for all the questions. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for listening to my super cheesy, gross talking. I'll see you guys tomorrow for some Elden Ring. I hope you guys are looking forward to it. Have a good rest of your day, a good night, good evening, good sleep, whatevers. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Liotsu. Bye.